What's the difference between a photograph and a print? Let's talk about it. Hey, welcome to another video. Let's face it, if you're watching this, there's a good chance that you see thousands of prints during the year. You might skim Facebook, Instagram, throughout the internet, you watch YouTube videos, whatever. You look at a lot of images. Maybe you look through books, whatever it is. But very few stick with you. I'm the same way. There are very few images that I run across that I would think, you know, I'd really like to own that photograph. And in a way, I am a collector. I do own a few of other people's photographs. I own quite a few books, photography books, that either I've just purchased because I wanted the book, or they were other photographers here on YouTube that I thought I'd like to support them in a way. So I've bought their books. I have quite a few. You know the names. You've seen the people that put out their books. I own quite a few of them. But let's face it, most of the photographs we see are just a file on a computer screen. They're not a physical object. Where a print, it has weight to it. It has a surface to it. It has a feeling to it. You can hang it in your room, hang it somewhere in your home. You can give it as a gift. It has a presence. It's an object. It's something that someone owns, as opposed to the endless just running across your screen. There's a huge difference. And I admit that you run across very few that you would stop and say, yeah, I really want that one. And that's my goal now, to try to get someone to look at one of my images and say, yeah, I'd really like to have that one as a physical object, a print, as opposed to, oh, I'll just go look him up on the internet and see it on the screen now and again. No, I'd rather have that when I walk into my home and have others walk into my home. I'd rather them say, wow, where'd you get that from? What is that? That looks different. And you can say, well, that's a platinum print, not an inkjet print, not a silver gelatin print. It's something rare. It's something different. Not only that, look, there's only 10 of them. I have one of 10. So when I make a platinum print now, I'm not thinking about a computer screen. I'm not thinking about resolution. I'm not thinking about, was that lens really sharp that I took that with? What camera body did I take that with? Because if I took it on a micro four thirds, well, I can't make a platinum print. Oh no, I need a medium format camera with a blah, blah, blah lens. No, you don't. You need to take an image that stops someone in their tracks and they think, well, I'd like to own that. I'd like to have a copy of that for my home. Platinum prints have a way, when they're hanging in your home, they don't shout at you the way maybe, I don't know, Andy Warhol or whatever famous print that would hang in your house that has bright colors, where you walk in and you go, oh! Platinum prints don't do that. They're subtle. They just sit there. They invite you to come over and take a look at them. And you have to look at the tones. You have to appreciate it for what it is. They reveal themselves slowly to you. They really draw you in. And I know that sounds, but it's true. I've seen it with people when they walk into the gallery and they look at some of my images. They kind of cock their head a little bit, look at it. And if they know who I am, they might come over and ask me a question about it. You know, why does it look that way? How did you do that? How did you process that? Can I do that? As opposed to the other artists, when they paint something, people will walk up to them and go, oh, that's beautiful. They won't say, can I do that? How'd you do that? Well, they already know how they did it. They painted it. Where a platinum print, how did you do that? Because they don't know. So it invites you in. And that's why I now choose that process. It's not about the speed. It's not about mass production. It's not about making an inkjet print that there's 1,000 copies of all around the place that you sell for 25 bucks. No. I want someone to really appreciate my artwork and know that it's scarce and it's printed with a rare process that when it hangs in your office, in your home, as a gift for whatever it is, you'll be just as proud to have it in your room as I am offering it to you. So if you'd like more information, please check out my website. I'll be happy to answer any questions. And until next time, take good care.